Making shorts content can be super confusing to long-form content creators. But in order to grow your channel, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch streams, you always get recommended to use this format in order to drive people into your main content. I tested out daily shorts over a span of 2 weeks, and here's what I found. I'm Felynne, and I make both horizontal video content like this one on YouTube, as well as live stream games and chat on Twitch.
Boy, why are you here? See, guys, I told you this is why I keep the pile here. No, why?
Now, I don't make that much shorts content, but what I do, I like to test to see what sticks to my audience. As while not on this channel, I've done scripted shorts that pass over the 10 to 20k view marks, but I haven't been able to replicate the same success on this channel using the same format. So it's time to try several other things. This time around, I specifically clipped my 3D model testing stream that I did on Twitch. The stream only lasted for an hour and a bit, and I was able to get at least 2 weeks worth of daily clips. What I did was I went and rewatched the entire stream again, and then when I found some interesting parts that I could cut up into around 30 to 40-second clips, I marked it down and saved it for editing. Once I finished watching the entire thing again, I was looking specifically for clips that either involved strong audience reaction, as well as ones that I could perhaps craft a short skit or story around. At the end, I had to toss away like 25% of the clips I had in mind, as it didn't fit what I was looking for during the editing phase. I separated them into 3 different types of shorts that I could do for this round, which is a mini story, things that I could show off my personality, as well as music-focused ones. And then I would upload them onto both TikTok and YouTube. Now, I only chose 2 platforms, and some people would recommend you to upload to as many as you can. But I do find that there is diminishing returns for the amount of effort that you put into uploading onto each platform separately. Like preparing the description because the way they format it is slightly different across different socials, and then going back and checking in on the analytics. All of that could take up a lot of time. So what I would recommend is to only choose a couple that you really want to focus on and build an audience, as opposed to trying to share it out to as many social platforms as possible, unless there's a way for you to send it out with a single click. So I wrote down a couple of things that I found from this round of testing, and the number one thing I found was there is a definite inverse of viewership between the platforms that I was uploading on. Meaning, if the short did well on YouTube, it would definitely flop on TikTok and vice versa. See, I've already noticed this pattern before, so don't be too upset if you don't get that many views on a certain platform. It might actually do a lot better compared to another one. Specifically, the ones that I was being more silly worked better on TikTok, but the more story-based and the more music-related ones, it was better on YouTube. Overall, I think my music-related shorts tend to work better than the other formats that I've tried, including scripting. And actually, a while back, I did do a whole week of just music shorts, and most of those performed better than the previous shorts that I uploaded prior to that. Now, I think there are 2 confounding factors that was going on at the same time, because one of my long-form videos during this period was also blowing up on YouTube, which I think affected the overall viewership of my shorts in general. And I was also releasing music that was very time-based. However, I was still surprised at the general positive reception because while I like making music content, that doesn't generally get me anywhere in terms of opportunities to sing at conventions or other large virtual events. Most of the times that I do apply, I end up getting rejected or pushed into large chorus sections only, and that can get a little bit demotivating at times. One day I'll get myself a solo spot, just you wait. Anyways, there was a song that was just being released in Japan when I did a cover of it, and that got picked up by the shorts algorithm because it was just trending overall. I do believe that music shorts do have a ceiling cap compared to more generic evergreen content, but it also depends on the music that you want to sing. If it's really niche music, then you'll have a smaller audience than, say, if you're singing a song about alphabets or the next K-pop trending song. Another thing that gets recommended whenever you publish shorts on YouTube in particular is to not send it to your subs when the video releases. All of these shorts I scheduled ahead of time, and it comes out exactly at 12 p.m. and I've had 0 luck getting it pushed into the algorithm if I uncheck that box. It could be that the topic I'm doing is just so niche and YouTube just doesn't know exactly where to push it, but it basically hovers around the 0 to 10 views. And the 10 views only come because I promoted it elsewhere, like on Twitter. For one of these shorts, because it wasn't doing well at all, I ended up deleting it and then re-uploading it minutes after with the send to subs checked, and it instantly did so much better. It got around 100 views within the first hour, and then it kept going up. Crazy, I know. I've also unchecked this box for scripted-based shorts in the past, and that also didn't work very well for me. So I would say from all this, just leave it on. It might cause more pain than you think it does. The one short that did more successfully compared to all the other ones that I sent during this period of time was much more skit-focused than, say, me just looking really weird without the trackers on my body. So in the future, I do want to test some more skit-focused shorts that could be scripted or it could be ad hoc during a stream, but I think the one that did well was because of how the first couple of seconds started out. Apparently, people kept watching for the first 5 seconds-ish, which is a good thing, right? On a funny note, TikTok gives me a performance analysis after every short that I upload on the platform, and then tells me like, a majority of the viewers swiped away at the 0-second mark, which is the most useless piece of information that you could give me. Like, are we talking milliseconds here or what? They just swipe away. Clearly, that was the wrong audience, TikTok, thank you. One other thing I noticed during this round of testing was even if the video starts to blow up a bit, it didn't affect my subscriber rate that much, compared to, I would say, even a year back. I wouldn't rely on shorts for subscriber growth on YouTube, but on TikTok, of course, the ones that got more engagement overall did bump up my TikTok followers. I don't really focus on TikTok, so prior to this, I think I only had around like 60 subs. But after these 10 shorts with the little amount of views that I got from them, overall on TikTok, I've still gained roughly 100 followers. Compared to the proportion of the amount of views I got on YouTube to the subscriber ratio, I only got a couple of additional subscribers there. I think it was only like 14. There is one long-form video that is still doing relatively well in the algorithm, and that one has been getting me more subscribers during this period of time than the shorts on YouTube. So there's this one other thing. If you are editing your own shorts, does heavy editing matter that much? I think this is something that you have to be careful about, because if you consistently upload really highly edited shorts or videos in general, you are going to end up building an audience that will be looking for that type of visuals every time you upload a video. That could be a pretty steep slope for starter content creators who don't have editors or enough time for themselves to make that level of editing every time. If you do that for every short and every video and you want to upload at a consistent pace, you will very easily get burnt out. So I would be careful and cautious if you want to do that type of high-level editing. For me, I think the storytelling is a lot more important for some of these clips. So I actually changed the timing and position for the footage so that it flows better, as well as tell a better picture of the overall story that I'm telling. I think the one about tipping culture is the one that did really well, and I flipped some of the visuals around, but it's not as noticeable because it's all in the same scene. And that's what I want to get to. It's okay to move clips around so that it makes more sense for the viewer to watch. And I didn't use any additional sound effects or animations popping in and out, but I made sure that the cuts were concise enough and hopefully the viewer doesn't drop in the middle of me saying something. So what am I gonna do moving forward? I'm definitely gonna try some of the skit-focused shorts, especially now that I have my full body 3D tracking devices. And here we are, we're going back to full circle. I want to fully script a short, compared to how a couple of videos ago I said that I didn't want to fully script a YouTube horizontal video. But we'll see how it goes. I've got some ideas noted down, but these ones will definitely take more time to edit all by myself, so it might not come as a big bunch compared to, say, ones that I could just cut out from a 1-hour stream into multiple shorts. Another tip I was trying to test was whether or not these shorts affected or boosted any of my long-form content videos from the past, but I didn't really see much conversion because I think the video content tends to be a bit different between the two mediums. So I would still recommend to treat each piece of content as its own thing, and try not to let the numbers affect you too much. Like from the set, some of these views are abysmally low, like maybe like 50 to 80 views. Actually, maybe that one was because of the music I chose, which might affect the overall push to the algorithm. I'm not that big of a shorts viewer in general. The only things that I have on my feed are non-story based cat videos. Literally just like seconds of watching a cat do silly things, and that's it. Sometimes I get like tokusatsu characters doing TikTok dances and things, but that's pretty much it. What kind of shorts content do you generally like to browse? Which ones do you find most annoying? Hopefully one day one of my shorts will finally reach 10K again, but oh my gosh, can we talk about the revenue for a little bit? Out of the 10 shorts, the most I earned from a single short was 45 cents throughout this period. Yay! But hey, I didn't do extra scripting or video editing for it, so I'd say it's not that bad compared to the time it takes to write up a long-form video. What I'm going to try to do a bit more is at the beginning of each live stream, I'll do a bit of chatting content for a while. Hopefully some of that will end up being shorts in the future, or it could be a long-form video. That'll be good. I also want to test out more singing shorts as well, because the shorts policy for music is a little bit more lenient than long-form covers, and sometimes I just like to sing only the chorus. But my main focus is still going to be making long-form YouTube videos. If you want me to test out any hypotheses that you have about shorts algorithm, please let me know. I'll give it a go and we'll report back. It's been pretty fun trying out these 2 weeks, so yeah. I do think it's not that sustainable for me to continuously do shorts every day. But another tip that people say is if you send out multiple shorts a day, it generally does better. So I'll have to give that a go eventually. If you like watching this video, check this one about how I treat content creation as a VTuber in 2025, or this other one that's recommended for you. I chat and stream pack openings for TCGs like Pokemon on Twitch, and if you want to support the channel, consider joining the membership or other ways listed in the description box below. Bye for now!